Hi guys, this is Tess here from the Queensville page, and this is the video that you didn't get to see of Mark's Queen collection. This is a bit we filmed, but unfortunately the audio went wrong, and the audio went silly and a bit crazy as well. So I'm actually doing this on commentary, which is a shame, but never mind. Anyway, you get to see the other videos as well. This is a video that we filmed on Saturday. We did this all in one take, in one day, unrehearsed, and it was nice to do. So here's the one I already have now. This is a standard edition of Kind of Magic from Mark, which is the one I do have now, and this is probably one of my favourite pieces of vinyl history I like. This is basically the standard edition that you had. Wasn't much to say about it really, just I think it was a townhouse print from Kevin Metcalf. I had a very nice UK edition of it, and just a standard one, and it actually was really good to have this one as well. And I think it's considered as one of the best 80s albums ever from Queen's split album from like the soundtrack to the studio album as well, which was really sweet. And for my opinion, I actually think that on the vinyl edition, I think it sounds more better than the CD edition, the original CD edition that came out, because CD edition was just, to be honest, was really shit indeed. But it was nice one. That's actually nice one to have that. So Kind of Magic standard edition. And it was done by Kevin Metcalf at DMM Studios, at DMM Mastering, which in that time, in them days were very expensive to do vinyl that way, and it was cool. Now we're going on to one of the worst albums that Queen fans really hate so much, and I have reviewed this five times, got sick of this bloody thing, and I just was ranting and raving. I just said this, Mark, this has got to go in the bin. This has got to be shot. You've got to basically get rid of this album. Hate this album so much. And this has got to be one of the worst ones. And I fucking hated this one. I hated this. It was one of the ones that you guys don't like. I don't like it. And I said this should have been in the bin. And it should be destroyed. And it should just go away. And you are going to guess what it is. It's obviously got to be Live Magic. Yeah, this piece of crap. I didn't go through this one. So all I did was just said that it's a standard edition. We're going to move on, but we're going to move on from that one in a minute because I don't like that album at all. Literally, all Queen fans, don't buy it. It's terrible. Worst edits ever on the album. Never got a full version of it, but Nebworth, get it out on bloody CD. Get Nebworth out on CD if possible. Please do. God, I can't stand that album. It really annoys me so much. Then moving on from that one to the standard edition of the Miracle album from the UK. This is the original UK pressing from Townhouse, which was done by Kevin Metcalf again. I have to say that this version was very unique because at the time that EMI was doing these ones, there was actually a story about this. I was telling Mark about it, and I said, did you know that in the video of Richard Gray's video, that he was producing these ones as special ones on it as well. So what I was saying here was, I was saying that if you look in the spines, when you look at the 10 of the records, it says Queen, The Miracle, and it's a special version that they did on the vinyls when they see them. If you ever get to see that video on YouTube with Richard Grace, do watch it. It's interesting. I do recommend it so much. It's really good. But it's the special ones that were produced for the time they were done for the records. And but they were very good. They were really interesting, those ones. But I don't think you can buy them ones anymore. I've never seen them actually, ever. Never seen them. But the Miracle album, I do love it. I love the album. I actually say this was really one of the nicest pieces of Queen's bit, this one. So the UK edition, vinyl edition, I think that was edited, and the standard CD edition was also edited, was full. I thought the sound quality, and that was actually a very heavy duty vinyl release of it, but it looks really brand new. When I looked at it, it looked like it was a brand new version of it that came out, but it was really good. Now the thing about the vinyl is interesting is we've got a black mark. Chalk mark on that. That's actually a fault from the printing press itself. It's not actually on there. It's not actually a mark that's been actually chalked on or ripped on. But that is an authentic mark from the pressing plant when they were pressing the vinyl at the time. It looks like it's a fault from it for some reason. But it's probably a very interesting item. That is just really interesting. It's another DMM mastering by Kevin Metcalf. He is, I have to say, Kevin Metcalf. He was a brilliant engineer. When he was doing these vinyls, absolutely fantastic. I think he's still working for EMI at the moment. I think he's working for Virgin EMI actually. But does a great job of those ones. Fantastic sound. a few ones I like on there. Is probably wasn't all worth it. Should have been on Queen Forever, that one. Why was it not on Queen Forever? Should have been on there. Anyway, but that's the Miracle Standard Edition. Looks brand new. That's absolutely cool. Nice version, that. Alright, moving on to the next one now. And the next one is, I think this one was kind of one of my favourite ones of the lot, which I really wanted so much. This is the one I really wanted. And I finally got this one. I got it on vinyl as well. And he got it first. And this is the Queen at the BBC. Queen of the BBC. This is one of my... I have to say, this is actually better than the CD edition of it that came out. And I have to say something. If you get the CD edition, it's alright. But this version, I think, is better for authenticity, and the sound quality is good in it as well. Modern Times Rock and Roll is better on the vinyl edition than the CD edition, actually. I've realised, and it's a lot more. It's a lot more better. It is a lot more better to have this one. So I think this one is better for the collectability of it, and it's really cool. I was saying to Mark also that it said this is better than the CD edition. Come on, it is. I says it's good. The American version, the one that we did see at the record fair, was the main print of it, which was the American promo version of it, which is rare. But here's the interesting bit. This writing on here, this is absolutely brilliant. This is because somebody was stoned on. I think somebody was taking drugs at the time or was stoned, but I couldn't make out what it was. So we passed over to Mark and his mum, and they were trying to figure out what it was. And they told us off camera, and they said these guys were stoned and they were actually on drugs. So somebody stole it, as I think I understand. It says we were flowered or we were stoned at the time or something. But it's interesting that it's really an interesting thing of that one. So if anyone knows anything information about that one, I mean, it's interesting that. So if you are a druggie or something, you'll probably know what it is. Then kind of let us know. But there it is there. Don't know what it has. It says the flower. The stoner. Don't know. But that's a very interesting vinyl, that one. But having writing stoning names on it, it's like, let's get drugs on it. Put piss weeds. So that's Queen of the Bee from this original UK edition, Band of Joy. I have to say, I really enjoyed that one. Really did. Really amazing. Good quite that. Right, on the next one is probably one of the most recent releases that have come out on 2014. This is a reissue. And this is one of the best reissues ever done. This is the second part of it. Innuendo, the Hollywood Records reissues. Originally released in 2009, then re-released in 2014 to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the Queen albums. The Hollywood Records catalogue is still getting produced. They have also released Queen Forever on vinyl, on 180 gram vinyl in the States. And their release of it is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Every single Hollywood Record reissues on these ones, 180 gram vinyl, and these ones are absolutely brilliant for this as well. Absolutely brilliant. This is the edited version of it, obviously, which was produced at the time for the vinyl edition of it. Obviously, I think if they had done a half-speed master of this one and would have slowed it down a little bit, could have got all the tracks on it and could have been improved in it as well. Now, it includes the original inner sleeve, which comes in two parts. That first part is the original inner sleeve. And then the second part you've got is the generic inner sleeve, which is the generic vinyl edition of it. Which I have to say, these are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The prints in these are gorgeous and glossy and really sweet as well. And then it's got the illustrations on the back. And I said to Mark, you've got to get this framed. Get that framed. That is the best part. I said, get that framed on the wall. Photocopy it, photo print it, and he says, this is beautiful. It's much better than the UK original release of it. The reissue and the Hollywood Records reissue, just an amazing job of it. And then we'll go to the vinyl inside it. And this is the 180 gram vinyl edition of it. I have to say it was really heavy when I hold this one. But you've got to have a heavier turntable to play these ones because they will not take the weight on normal record players. I've got a heavy duty one myself, obviously, from the time I've done it. But I love them ones. I love them ones so much. They are really the best ones of the lot. They are. I have to say that the US versions, downright fantastic. So whoever produces these at the time, do get them out in the UK, reproduce them for us because we're losing. The UK is now losing a lot of vinyls from the USA, but they have to do it. They must get these out because these are just, in my opinion, really, really good indeed for it. That one was my favourite one of the lot. It was really very sweet indeed. It was really good. It was nice, that one. It was really heavy though to use it. But I think Mark's going to continue trying to collect those ones for the rest of the 2014 versions of those ones. He's going to try and get hold of the rest of them down. I think you can buy them from HMV, and you can buy them on Amazon as well. And also you can buy them on Holy Records website. Like I said, these ones are really, really, really sweet. And they are the A000 ones as well. So to commemorate the first one you saw, which was the red one, this is the one that was the 15th one, I think it was. But brilliant release of it. Really nice. Right, moving on to the next one now. And this is where we come to something of a different two versions that we have. Got two versions of this one. And this is Greatest Hits 2. I have this already, a UK edition of it. Brand new. This is the UK edition. Because the other one he's got is another version, which we'll show later in the video. So this is the ticket promotion, by the way. This is when you just put her in there, basically. That's not part of the record, by the way. But this is the one he went to on the 2010. And I always keep saying that Hannah Jane Fox is one of the best singers in the world. I think she should get her deal out. She should get her singles out as well. The Stalker and Jarvis songs, love them so much. Get her out. I said Kerry Ellis, just get rid of Kerry Ellis. She just doesn't work. But I think Kerry Ellis and Brian are finished now with that. After some sort of sneaking around with that idea. But this is the UK edition of it. Chris doesn't have this one. He never got it. Never got this one at the time. I just love the inner sleeve of this one. This is all I like about it. It's the inner sleeve. One of the best releases of the lot, which I think is really, really sweet for it. It's really one of the best releases of the lot, which I love. And in my opinion, beautiful inserts. One of them was matted. One of them was glossy. I think I remember that. Yeah, one of them was matted. One of them was glossy. I think it was just because because I think at the time it was produced that way. But I love those ones. I think they were great. I mean, I bought mine for £20 in the record fair that day, and it was brand new, not touched, and it was interesting. This is I don't think this one was a DMM release of it. I think this was a normal release of it. But the vinyl itself looks faded on it. It looks really faded on that one, and it's a nice print of it. It's a beautiful print, that. And I think he bought it from London somewhere. And I don't think that was a DMM mastering, that one. I think I remember saying to him it wasn't DMM mastered. So this is a vinyl 2. This is the one same again. I think this is another DMM mastering, this one. And my opinion, really nice release, that. Very cool indeed. I think I said to Mark on cat. I think I said to him, I think this could be pressed somewhere in London or something on it. Couldn't remember what I said now, something about that line anyway of it. But I think I was checking the vinyl a bit just to see if it was DMM mastered, but doesn't look like it was at that time. But it's a nice release of it though, which came out in the UK. I think the US release of it the UK release of it, sorry, is more better than our version we had. And it was really nice, that one, to hold that one as well. Very thinly produced, those ones, but very heavy duty produced. Very nice catalogue. So that's the UK edition of Created 2, which is nice. And I think there was a few embossed ones that were going around as well at the time, which I think is what they were doing at the time. So I think there was an embossed version. I don't think there was a standard version. So that's the standard version that he has of that one. And that's the number there, in the corner on the screen. And 168 is his number. I can't remember if that's the actual number from limited edition, or either that is just the number they produced itself. But yeah, it's nice to have that one. It's really, really nice indeed. And coming up next, we have got Greatest Hits 2. This is the Portuguese version of it. This is the first special edition, which the inner sleeve is good condition, and this is the imported one. And this is different. This is different to the normal version that we just showed you on the UK one, and it's more darker. This one, it's more darker release of it, more darker vinyl, which is more blacker, and but it is really, really nice, this one. So you get to see the vinyls in a minute when we open it up. It's got the same inner sleeve on this one as well. The same inner sleeve. It's got the same sort of production for this one. But the pictures are more... I think the pictures are more better on this one. It looks more colourful and more clear on it. But I do love this version, and it's good. The vinyls inside, the inner sleeves were the same as the they were the same produced ones for the UK, but for their purposes of it, they just used it for their bits. So there's the their inner sleeves. Then, I can't remember what it said there. Something about that. But yes, this is the one that was glossy, and one of them that was fine printed on the one of the things as well. It's also got a number there. It's got 2 numbers in the corner, 7979712. And Jim Jenkins did the sequence for that one, and I think they did a great job of these. I think that was probably one of the best releases of the lot from 1991 at the time. And yeah, apparently there was a name on there, Lipsy something, and Lipsy Mead, but we don't know if that's Queen or that was produced for the record itself. Now the thing about the record is, it's interesting, this record, because it was weird, this one. I think we couldn't find it on Discogs, this one, because we couldn't find anything mentioned about it. What it was this is more darker, and I don't think you were going to see us on camera. This is a more darker version of the label. You can't see it. It's very, very hard to see that, but it's very nice. A darker version of that, and you can't even see the thing. It just seems to be very faded and very dark indeed in it. There was a matrix number on this one, and I think they'll put it to the light, and I think it has got a date code on this. It's got 2 date codes on this thing, which you'll see in a second. It's interesting, this one, because Mark is going to try and trace this up to find out if the date codes were going to be something that we could see. But the date codes on it were very interesting. It was produced. One was produced in September, and the other one was produced in November. 2 date codes in that one were more really interesting to find. I think they were really unusual to really go through that stages of it. So I was looking at the vinyl there, and I was looking at it, and I went, there's 2 date codes in this one, and I said, I wonder what dates to remember. 1981 it was produced. So one was produced in September, one was produced in October, and there must be a reason why they were doing that day. Because there's also hand signed as well on that record as well. It's been handed. It's a signature on it as well by someone produced it at the time. Now I don't have any information about this on Discogs, but looking at the Discogs release of it, it says it comes from it's a European release, but it doesn't have any information about where it came from. So this was an interesting find to find this one, and I think this was really, really, in my opinion, was very, very a unique item to have. But I can't remember the 2 date codes myself, but chasing it up, it was 1 September, 1 October, but was very interesting indeed. Interesting, on the back of this record, there's a number on it. There is, and it's 77216. Now the only thing about this one is it doesn't have a genuine Parlophone release, Parlophone number stamped on it as well. It doesn't have any information about it on this one. But saying that, this one was a very unique find indeed from Portuguese. And from what I understand, this is also the legit EMI production as well on it, which is good. But it's more darker. It's very more darker indeed for the release of it. But I have to say, in my own opinion, this one was a very good find indeed for Mark to get. But it was really interesting. So try and track down on Discogs if you can, because it's a really unique find indeed. Good release of it. Right, so now coming on to something else now, which was really unique to get. And this is the original UK edition of the vinyl edition of Live at Wembley 1986. Now this is the standard UK edition of it, and this one was probably, what I have to say, is fantastic. Now I don't know if this is the Roger Taylor remix on it or a standard edition of it, but there was a version kicking around with the standard, the Roger Taylor remix on this one. But it's a beautiful UK edition of this one. It's absolutely fantastic, and in my opinion, I think this is probably one of the nicest collectible pieces to get. I don't have this on vinyl yet, but I will be getting it. Now I don't think Chris has this one either as well. But this, I have to say, was one of the nicest releases that I've ever seen, and it's really nice indeed. This was originally remastered by Eddie Shea, and this is the US mix of it as well, which is what I understand, because Brian Malouf mixed this one. I don't know if Kevin Metcalf did this one, because I couldn't figure out on the vinyl myself if Kevin Metcalf did this at Townhouse. I was trying to figure out the other day. I was trying to figure out, and I wasn't. But no, I didn't find information about this one. But saying that though, one of another nice release that came out from the dude, and this one was very nice indeed for it to really have. And in my opinion, this is just brilliant. Mark said that it was a nice thing to have, and it was really sweet. And I think it's one nicest collectible pieces ever from that side. And the vinyls were really nice indeed of it. So Queen Live at Wembley, UK Standard Edition, and it seems more longer on the vinyl as well. I think it is from the time that I've actually seen it. But well worth it for the collection. Well worth it. Really nice indeed. And now on to the last vinyl that on this video, and this is the last vinyl that we filmed, and it's Made in Heaven. Now, I've already reviewed this a few years ago. Chris has got this version, and this is the white edition. This is not the ivory edition, this is the white edition. Now, Chris has got the ivory edition of it, and he has the white edition of it. Very lucky to get this one as well. It's got the main prints inside it. It's also got the three big pulses in it as well. And from my point of view, this is also the nicest edition to have. This is beautiful. Daytime and nighttime print as well, which is, for my opinion, best ever release from the dudes. Now, I can't remember where he bought this from, but looking at this I have to say was best release ever. Was Made in Heaven, and I love this version so much. And this is obviously one of the best releases that I loved. And seriously, yeah, Made in Heaven, you can't go wrong with that album indeed. You get the lovely print inside it. This is actually brand new, not scratched, brand new version. And that's all I like about it is you could just put the posters on the wall and just frame it, which is really sweet indeed from it, which is really good. So going on to the insert, yeah, the insert is the same as people have already seen the insert on this one. And also in this was a bonus thing, was this. That was included in the vinyl release of the record of Made in Heaven. Now, I think there were a few things of these ones. They were kicking around in the CD releases of it, and I think these were kicking around in the album releases of it. Now, I do remember Chris having this as well. Chris, you did have this in your vinyl edition of it. I'm sure you did. But that's what was included in the actual release of it. In Champions of the World, Rare Alive, get rid of that piece of crap. Then we got Box of Flicks, got Greatest 2. These were at the time getting reissued at the time they were coming out when this was produced again. Music Club were producing these ones. And as I say, they were the reissues that came out at the time. They were bloody awful, those versions. But literally now, 2011 versions I think were better than them standard piece of shit versions that came out. But the other thing about it is, includes the information there. Roadworks by Jerry Stickles. I've never seen that ever produced, so I don't know where you can get that. That's the original address on there as well for Queen's merchandise, which is interesting. So anybody checks this information out, check it out. By the way, the website, by the way, don't bother going on the Queen with It website. It does not exist. It doesn't exist. So the Roadworks said Jerry Stickles to be published in 1996. I never ever saw that. I never saw that. So if anybody has that book, let me know on the next video. The inner sleeve, as always, nice release, and the white vinyl edition, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That is a nice collectible piece to have from Mark's collection. Beautiful release of it. And daytime print and nighttime print on both sides as well on it, which is really sweet. And that continues the video. That's it for this video. Apologies for the loss of audio on this one, but due to the fact that my commentary was kind of alright. And also that was signed as well by somebody on it, which is interesting. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you back soon with another Queensville video. Until then, thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.